Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here and welcome back to some more Lobotomy Corporation. I am back from my trip. This is the first thing I'm recording since I'm back, so hopefully I haven't forgotten how to play games too awfully much. I haven't touched a computer in over a week now. First things first though, we need to rehire Terry, don't we? I actually kinda like that look for Terry. Even the little kitty cat mouth. So that should be fine. Let's go ahead and rename, shall we? And I think I'm going to pump Terry's stats a lot and then put him over here with Wicked to try to deal with the Shy Kid and whatever this... Oh, this is the one that I've seen before but haven't unlocked before, that's right. Alright, either way, let's see, we've got 14 points, so that should allow us to do quite a bit of leveling here. Oh, nope, that's too much. I'm not sure how much justice is going to be useful. So, this should be fine, 3, 3, 3, 2. That will use all of our lobotomy points. Alright, Terry, you can come over here with Wicked. Glad to have you back. We also need to make sure everyone's equipped, and of course, Terry needs some equipment too. Would like to have a Teth or higher if possible. Oh yeah, we got the weapon from Letitia, didn't we? And it is a black weapon. Actually, Terry, you can have that. And the ego suit we got from Letitia is insane. So, I'm actually going to switch Terry into the Cherry Blossom. We have to remember he's weak to red damage. And then I'm going to put Wicked into the, whatever this is called. It's just called Letitia, I guess. Alright, make sure everyone's equipped. We got 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. 7. Okay, everyone is equipped. Maximum ordeal's noon. We still can't do the ordeal of dusk thing after day 19, so day 20 is when we're going to be able to do that. Several days away, but we've got abnormalities to deal with, so let's begin. Alright, did we manage to get all of Letitia's stuff? We did. She does have a huge output, though. And can give us some level ups. However, let's start with the old lady here. And again, this was the one that I had gotten and then had a crash occur and have to reinstall the game. So you guys never got to see her, and I only got to work with her once or twice. So 12, she looks like maybe she's a Teth. She has black holes for eyes. She's an old lady. I wonder whether that is whether it's a trap to use attachment. Well, we'll have Wicked give it a shot here. Go ahead and slow it down. Are you ready to listen to the story of this thing? I suppose we have to be. Having good success so far. The silence encroaching the room is horribly broken by the creak of a rocking chair. Well, she enjoys the chair, it seems to be. Is she an actual old lady? Or is this just a form? Her stories are poisonous. It infiltrates surrounding people and leads them into an unbearable world. Alright, so is she a descendant of the Brothers Grimm? Maybe? It is deaf and almost blind but recognizes the presence of Wicked. Okay. Anything else? Wicked exits the chamber after finishing the work. Her leftover solitude, I guess, will be filled with stories. So she just talks to the empty air. She does white damage, Just noticed that there. Wicked got a good result. As we have been for a while now, we're going to go for the managerial tips first. That seems to be very important. So, after completing the work of an abnormality other than this, its cliff-off counter has decreased. So every time we complete any other abnormalities work, this thing's cliff-off counter decreases? Hopefully it's not a horrible thing to deal with. Hopefully it's like Little Bird because... When its counter reaches 0, black shapes were formed inside the containment room. Under the condition that its cliff-off counter decreases, we decided to call it Solitude. When Solitude was piled up, Solitude stuck to the employee who entered the containment room. So maybe it doesn't escape, maybe it's just these black shapes, so I'm guessing when those are around, we just don't send anyone in, though I'm not sure. In the meantime, we're just going to keep working with it. Attachments seem to work really well, so we'll let Wicked keep chaining that off. I don't want to trigger her meltdown state before we know everything about her. It is an unfamiliar abnormality for us. Work instructions must be designated with utmost caution. I completely agree. From the room of her, suffocating silence is drawing near. Very slowly, like a radioactive snail chasing you for all of your life. Old stories of it are soaked with curses. Now people have to listen closely to her stories. Wasn't her quote something about she lives in silence now or something like that? Conversation is meaningless to her. All she needs is an audience. Wicked. She just wants to tell her story. She's just a nice old lady. Wicked has finished the work. Wicked exits the chamber in a hurry. And an even better job this time. So, last tip. Employee Lewis is exposed to a continuous white damage until the Solitude was chipped off. Until it disappeared, the employee could not do any work. So if you get this black stuff on you, you can't do any work and you take continuous white damage. So yeah, we will not be going in there then. We only lack one for either basic or escape information. I'm guessing there is no escape, it's just the Solitude thing, but these also give us our next level, so we'll wait on that. Go ahead and, misclick there. Go ahead and send Wicked back up. We'll just keep pounding away on attachment. Wonder if Terry could actually do attachment work on this. It's too lower for him than it is for Wicked. Wicked is level 5 of Temperance. Stories of the... Oh, okay, so we have a name for her now. We don't know whether that's a real name or a fake name, though. We have seen fake names in the past. The old lady doesn't look at Employee Wicked. Employee Wicked will look at her once she starts her story anyway. Uh-huh. Alright. We may give Terry a chance here. I think Terry is okay versus white damage. Let's check you out, Terry. Yeah, you're actually very resistant to white damage, so we'll give you a chance. But first, let's get some more stuff. Let's go for the basic information. Again, we don't know if this is a real name or a fake name. It doesn't do much white damage. It is a Teth, so we were right about that. Let's go ahead and do this. One more work session will have us enough to completely unlock it anyway. So, attachment is high. Good to know. Instincts common. Repression? Oh, we lack a box. Never mind. Alrighty. Well, Terry, let's see what you can do, my friend. This is your first work back from hiatus. Yep, unfamiliar abnormality. Will work with caution. Okay, already Terry is not having as good a success rate as Wicked, which I guess was expected. We do want Terry to get some level ups in his stats, though, if possible. Her numerous stories had fascinated people, but all it's left is... Yeah, that's a really bad translation there. Yep, she's deaf and almost blind. Well, Terry has really picked it up here at the end. Maybe he will get as good a result as Wicked was able to get. One more good and... Yep, just as good as Wicked on most of those. Cool. Alright, let's get these. Alright, so attachment is definitely the very best to go for. We're going to go ahead and do the escape information before we read the story here. Just get everything. So ego weapon, white damage. And this one is also weak to red, so we'll have to be careful about that. Loneliness. Success rate +3. Work speed +3. Also, I have gotten some tips in the comments and I was just unable to implement them until now because I had to record so far ahead. But I was informed that it's of no use to keep grinding Owie trying to get a headpiece because she can't get rid of this Reckless Courage. It's just there forever, so we'll just have to deal with that. So I will cease grinding her, but we still need to be careful. She can't do attachment or repression work, which is quite annoying, to be honest, but it is what it is. Go ahead, Terry. Again, we're going to completely get everything on the old lady here before we do work on anything else because of her cliff-off counter thing. And we know her cliff-off counter is at 4, so I guess it's not quite as bad as the bird, but it will decrease every single time that we do work with another abnormality from what we read there. Maybe it's only ones in her department, but Little Bird isn't that way, so yeah. Alright, I think we can go on up to higher speeds now. I think we've gotten all of the little pop-ups here, maybe not though. Ooh, no, that's new. A unique dismal atmosphere creeps into employee Terry. Terry finishes the work and exits the chamber in a hurry. Alright, so not quite as good a result that time, but we did get enough to get the escape information. We want to keep grinding her to get her gear. See, it's 30 and 20. That's actually pretty expensive. So she is non-escaped. It's just the solitude thing. Let's read her story, which seems to be very short. It takes the shape of an old and feeble elderly person. When anyone enters its chamber, the abnormality will talk to that person. Okay, so it's maybe not an old lady, just takes the form of an old lady, so that is her actual name. It differs from time to time, but it always starts with, "Child, do you want to hear an old story?" The story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a common child story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and does not stop telling stories until its listener leaves. Excerpt from the interview log. She may be the loneliest creature of all abnormalities. The creature is filled with loneliness. She is telling those tales to fill the void. A story needs a listener. When someone is in her room, she will try to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is very dangerous. She knows all the stories on Earth, and even the ones that don't exist yet. Our mind wouldn't be able to cope with all that. She could fry our brain in a mere instant. She doesn't seem to be too bad. It just depends on whether that black stuff stays forever, like until the next day, or whether it goes away after a while when her cliff-off counter decreases. But now I think that we can start trying to get level ups on other things. And let's see. I think I would like to get a justice level up if possible. So let's chain off repression work here on one sin. And that will actually trigger our first meltdown, so let's see where that is. Alright, what is melting down? This thing. You know what? That thing can just melt down. That and the mirror. If they melt down, they just melt down. We'll just re-earn our energy. So, let's get some instinct work here. Umbra could use some instinct work. On crumbling armor, try to get a fortitude up. Punishing bird, let's see, punishing bird wants insight, right? Yeah, Martin, you can do insight work over here. Owie, actually you can keep working with Pode, I guess, even though the headpiece is not going to benefit you, well, you're max on that. Well, I mean, that's really all you can do. You could do some insight work. How does Pode feel about insight work? Low. Where could we send you to get some insight work? Could you do insight on the Fairy Festival? No? Maybe we'll move you up to here so you can chain off some insight work on the Punishing Bird. But for now, let's do some temperance work here. Or actually, Arcane One can do instinct on the Fairy Festival and get the fortitude up from 1. Very good. Let's do it. Yeah, just keep on melting down old belief and promise. Let's see. What did Letitia want? Attachment. Could probably also do one of these. But I prefer Wicked to not get that heart, so yeah, we got half the energy. Thank you for noticing. And your max on that. Oh, yeah, looks like we got the Solitude going on over there. Maybe I shouldn't have had Terry up in there, but it looks like Terry did not get the stuff on him. So maybe Wicked's just going to chill for a bit. Let's have Terry go ahead and work attachment on Letitia here. We'll have to keep an eye out and see if he gets her heart. Wicked can go work with some other stuff, I suppose, if we need him to. Let's have Owie do some insight up here. Try to get her up to level 5 on that, if possible. Going to keep doing instinct here with Umbra. And I think we've got one more that we can do before triggering, so I will keep chaining off repression over here with one sin. And even though it's not a great thing to use on it, we still got a really good result. Oh, no, I miscalculated. It is these big blobs. So, what kind of damage do you do? You do black. Wicked and Terry are both strong versus black. Can you guys handle this on your own? Let's slow down here. See how this transpires. Alright, looks like they're handling that just fine. So, see, Owie's finished up there. See, Arcane One. I don't want to send you to fight since your fortitude is so low. Owie, you are strong versus black as well. You can probably solo this thing. These guys are handling that Fruit of Understanding no problemo. Yep. Actually, can you guys come up here and handle this as well? Let's see. Did I already have the special thing from One Sin? I don't remember. We're fairly resistant to black. Alright, Martin, you are not, though. You are weak to black. Let's see. Go ahead and go up there and help me. Who are you? Umbra. Umbra's fine. People are coming to help. Shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, Owie's just soloing this thing down here. As I have said in the past, she is a badass. I think we can speed this up. This ordeal is going to be no problem. Got 10% of our daily quota. We're actually almost finished. Amazingly. All right. If we can get done before noon, we actually probably should. Let's have everybody come back. Simply because dealing with these ordeals without being able to get to the Dusk one to complete the thing is just not useful. And we need to finish a day without deaths, which shouldn't be a problem for us. Anyway, Umbra go on back. Go ahead and let Owie come up here again. I will do repression work here. That stuff is still in the old lady's thing. There we go. We will have Terry do some attachment. We will have Arcane One do some instinct. And I don't think that's going to trigger the noon ordeal, but it should get us actually to the max energy. Looks like that's going to be the case. Terry over here just kicking ass with Letitia. Didn't get the heart there. Awesome. We have completed our energy requirements. We can do one, maybe two more without triggering the ordeal, so we should probably do that just for the level ups. We may just not be able to work with the old lady except at the very beginning of the day. So, yeah, we don't have enough to get any of these, so tomorrow we will probably need to do that. Just grind her until we get enough for her stuff, and then we can maybe just ignore her. It's going to suck if she melts down with this stuff in there, which she may just be one that we treat like the mirror and old belief and promise and just let her melt down, you know, and say whatever. So we really want Umbra to get a fortitude up. And I think we really want Arcane One to get a fortitude up too. Let's wait and see. I think we have room for one more before we trigger the ordeal. Maybe not though. Nope, the next one is going to trigger. So we are not going to let Arcane One go down here and trigger this ordeal. We're going to get out of this with no deaths and complete this quest here. All right. Good day. S rank. I was also told that maybe this isn't stats decreasing, maybe it's just that we have a buff, and then it's not taking into account that we're losing our buff, and it shows stats decreasing. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Let's see, Umbra. Yeah, because we seem to have stats going up and down. I just don't know. But we will proceed. Ooh, we have another round one. If I remember correctly, these are Kickstarter ones, which Poday was one of, I think. However, if enough Saria to make everyone watch in awe comes out from you, your name will be sung through generations. What is Saria? Is that like something in a religion or something? Just a second, I am going to Google this. I want to know what Saria is. Maybe it's just unique to this game. If all the results come up just with Lobotomy Corp, then I will not read them. No, it looks like Saria is a generic term referring to Buddhist relics. Though in common usage it usually refers to pearl or crystal-like bead-shaped objects that are purportedly found among the cremated ashes of Buddhists' spiritual masters. Interesting. So this, one would assume, has something to do with Buddhism? Blood covered the floors. People were running away. That's terrifying. Now you become the sky, and I become the land. Oh, wow. Both of these really intrigued me. I kind of want to take this one because I think the round ones are Kickstarter ideas. Or not actually Kickstarter, but whatever platform they used to crowdfund this game. But this really just calls to me. Now you become the sky, and I become the land. Let's go with that one. Oh, hello again, B. I will tell you the first truth. Don't trust AIs. Well, yeah, I was kind of under that impression already. At least with Angela, the main one. AIs are a lot smarter than people. It can imitate human emotions. But there are things you don't know. Why don't you tell me? Then I will know. For example, some AIs can lie. Guess it depends on their programming. Withholding certain information, to be exact. If the controller ordered the AI not to share certain information, it is not obligated to tell the truth to other than the controller. Some advanced AIs may exploit such an order to tell lies. I programmed AIs before as part of a project, so I know that AIs don't necessarily tell the truth. In case you question my words, I will send you a system which I developed. Ooh. This key will lengthen the nose. Like Pinocchio? Red means lies. It's a test code, so it can only be used once. How do I use it? When I close my eyes, I feel like I'm in a different world. It's the shrooms, man. Or maybe the mescaline. I don't know, I take so much shit, who can tell? I belonged to a different world once. I worked hard to save people, you know. But I am here now. What is the meaning of saving someone's life only to see the person dies the next day? What is the point of delaying the inevitable? The people here have no future. You really are a Debbie Downer, aren't you? You know, those little things called plans? Making money, finding your love? Whoa! Some killer music just kicked in there, Zach. If that's your taste in music, I applaud you. Getting married, having kids. Do you know how it feels like playing the Russian roulette every day? Watching others die is a pain. Surviving the day is a pain. We're just lemmings running toward the cliff. And that's actually an urban legend. Perpetuated by Disney of all people, lemmings do not run and jump off cliffs on their own. They drove those lemmings over the cliffs in those old documentaries. Speaking of lemmings, can we have a beer vending machine? Can AI, I know I mentioned shrooms and mescaline, but can AIs actually partake in human drug type stuff? I imagine there may be like programs or whatever that can function the same for them, maybe? It's like the only thing that makes me happy here. Sure. Manager, please, you're a better person than that Zach here. What's wrong with you? I'm just trying to improve the welfare of employees. I mean, they're probably going to die. This is a very dangerous place to work. I don't mind them having a beer machine here, since I also conjecture that they probably can't leave this place and go home. Yeah, ignore me all you want. How typical. Okay, mission beer vending machine. What's more important than just keeping the employees alive is keeping them sane. Employees who lose sanity are permanently damaged and live a half-life. You'll find it's more difficult to maintain the sanity of the employees than keep them alive. Finish a day without panicking employees. Again, I think this refers to our named ones, not the office workers, so that shouldn't be a problem if we're careful. Alright, again, we're not going to spread ourselves out too thin. We're just going to keep progressing with NetZac here. And we should get a new research thing. I'm pretty sure we completed the complete a day without deaths. Yeah, okay, so we are right. It is not the office workers. It just refers to our named people. Regenerating Mark II. Increase HP recovery. Ooh, cool. That seems useful. So does the SP recovery. Activate Regenerator even if there is an abnormality. Will be activated slowly even if the department is invaded by more dangerous units. Oh wow, I didn't realize that was a thing. Like when one gets out, if it comes into the Regenerator right now, people in there don't continue to regenerate? Huh. That seems potentially more useful than increasing the regeneration. So let's do that. I was unaware that that was a thing. Yes, thank you. Alrighty then, we got 6 lobotomy points. I actually think we're fine with the number of employees that we have. So we will keep on with this, but that, my friends, will take place in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments, and by leaving a like below, it really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.